Welcome to Ocean Science. Today I will explain why the ocean currents are so important. First of all, we need to know what we understand as ocean current. The ocean currents are the continuous movement of water in one direction, driven by the gravity, the wind, and the density. In the world, we have a lot of currents, and we can divide them in two big groups: the cold currents and the warm currents. From the last one, we can have many examples from the equatorial zone, as the Gulf Stream is one current that brings the water from the Caribbean Sea through the Atlantic Ocean, going through the coast of the North America. This current can go very fast, as 6.5 kilometers per hour. His flow has measured as 30 million of cubic meters per second and also can arrive until 1800 meters of deep. From the cool currents, we have many of them in the poles. For example, in the South Pole we have the Antarctic circumpolar current. It's a group of currents that works together around the Antarctica. Some external parts of this current has extensions through the north. As an example, we have the Malvinas current that goes through the oceanic shelf of Argentina, going along all its coast. These examples are for surface currents, but we can have these currents in each dip of the ocean, making this a 3D process. Some water masses goes down with its specific conditions and components, forming the deep water masses. Another ones goes up, filling the gap. The currents are only with huge dimensions. They can also form it in confined spaces as the Mediterranean Sea. In the surface level, we have the Tyrrhenian cyclonic circulation, the Atlantic Ionic stream, and also the Western Adriatic coastal current, among others. Here is where the formation of the deep Mediterranean water comes. Initially described as 4 points of formation, and today known as 9 areas of formation of deep and intermediate water on the Mediterranean Sea. This is so important because in the deep circulation we have exchange of waters from the Atlantic Ocean with the Mediterranean Sea through the Strait of Gibraltar. Until now, we see how the currents work and how we can classify them with the respective examples. But why they are important? I choose 3 topics to explain why they are important. The first one is the navigation. The knowledge of the surface current makes easy the routes of the ships to save fuel and time to bring the merchandising from one point of the world to another one. We see in this map the surface currents, and in the other one we see the ships and how they use them. Another topic is life, in this case the marine life. The currents are the highways of the ocean, makes easy the migration of the big animals as the sea turtles through the Atlantic Ocean or through the Pacific Ocean. Also, when we have deep currents and one of them goes through a coast, brings up nutrients with him. This phenomena in oceanography is called upwelling. With this high concentration of nutrients and with the sunlight, the algae start to grow, forming a bloom, and becomes the first part of the food web. And the last topic is climate. We see how we have cold and warm currents. So that means that the currents takes or bring temperature from the places that they pass. Let me explain that. If we have some warm water in the Caribbean Sea and then we bring that water through the north coast of America until the Atlantic Sea, and finally to the west coast of Europe, we're bringing warm water to a cold place. This doesn't mean nothing, but if we think on winter, some warm water on the winter of Europe helps to maintain the climate stable and make these places habitable. With the global warming, the waters come warmer each year, and this helps to the melting of the glaciers, in this case of the North Pole. So the currents balance the climate, but here the human beings are increasing the temperature of the world, and the ocean is helping us, but we need to stop before it's too late. That is all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, subscribe, and I will see you the next Saturday at 12 with the next video. Bye bye!